It's Monday, September 29th, 2014. This is PSN News. Tonight, we'll have the latest on last week's homecoming festivities.
We'll also take a look at the latest on Eric Barron's new TV show, coming up on PSN News.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Maxwell Massey.
And I'm Shannon Ryan. Penn State lost one of its own yesterday afternoon. The Daily Collegian has reported senior Josh Mejia died in a one-vehicle crash on East Park Avenue. The Bergenfield, New Jersey native was returning from dropping off someone at the airport in a van owned by the Penn Stater Conference Center Hotel, where he was employed as a driver. He reportedly tried to turn at the last minute onto the Innovation Park exit ramp after missing it, but instead clipped a sign and drove into a concrete barrier. He was transported to the Mount Nittany Medical Center after suffering from cardiac arrest and severe head wounds and chest trauma. Mejia was enrolled in the School of Hospitality Management.
It was announced on Friday that Penn State University-owned hotels will no longer have Bibles in their night tables. The choice was made after President Eric Barron received complaints from the Freedom from Religious Foundation last June. According to the foundation, the Bibles endorse a religious message. The university released a statement saying it was decided that guest rooms are not the appropriate place for religious literature, which will now be removed and be moved to the public areas of the hotels.
Penn State's lawsuit against Samsung from earlier this year has been voluntarily dismissed as of Friday by both parties. Penn State filed the suit in January based on alleged infringement on a university patent for what's being called organic light emitters with improved carrier injection issued in 2004. Both parties agreed to the dismissal of the suit in a joint stipulation, though the document does not provide details of how an agreement was reached. The suit is dismissed with prejudice, which means it cannot be filed again in the future.
Online marketplaces are nothing new to everyday web surfer. However, 2 Penn State students have found a way to make it easier to market your unwanted goods within the university. Here's Laura Barbosa with more.
Themselves.
We saw that at the end and beginning of every semester, people had extra stuff that they were looking to get rid of, whether it's furniture, textbooks, whatever it may be. So we thought that if it was on one centralized site, that would be easier for people to barter with each other or trade or buy whatever you want.
These two friends have worked hard and are happy to see their 3-year project finally come to life.
It feels great. I mean, to put a product together that we've created and now officially launch it, I mean, it's exciting. It's a little scary because we need to see, how the market is going to take it, and if it's going to have traction. But, we're confident, we're excited that we have something special.
We built the site so you can duplicate it at other schools. So hiring campus reps at other schools, building our marketing team here with new staff to come onto our team. So we want to make it bigger than it is.
These two entrepreneurs are roaming the halls of the business building just like any other student. With the help of SMEAL's resources, they are connecting the student body with this market platform.
I've used TradeU twice. I sold my football ticket last weekend because I had a wedding to go to somebody that I didn't know, but obviously he went to Penn State. The website makes you put in your Penn State email to confirm that you are a student here, so it's trustworthy. No matter what it is, it's an easy search. You can keyword what you're looking for, and then somebody right on campus might be selling it, so you can have easy access to the things that you need.
TradeUniversity.net has many adventures moving towards the future.
Right now we're gearing up to launch our guerrilla marketing campaign. So within the next few months, we really hope to exceed over 1,000 registered users. And see kind of page hits of anywhere between 10,000 and 15,000 a month.
Trade University is quickly growing and is looking to add new members to their team. This website is a constant reminder of the incredible things that Penn State students are achieving. For PSN News, I'm Laura Barbosa.
Last Thursday night, Penn State President Eric Barron premiered the first episode of his new monthly talk show. The 30-minute program called Higher Education in Focus is co-hosted by Patty Satalia on WPSU TV. The show featured Penn State's new athletic director, Sandy Barber, as its first guest. The show will air throughout the school year and will feature a variety of guests discussing university-related topics. In addition to WPSU, the show will air on WITF in Harrisburg and WQLN in Erie and the WPSU website. Barron said he is looking forward to discussing issues of higher education with leaders from Penn State and within the larger community. The next program is set to air at 8 p.m. Thursday, October 23rd.
If you walk down College Avenue, it is more than likely you'll find pieces of confetti from this past Friday's homecoming parade. The 200 homecoming floats began the parade at Pennypacker Hall in East Halls and marched along College Avenue all the way to Rec. During the parade, the Thon Executive Committee unveiled the 2015 theme as Empower the Dreamers. Good Morning America host Laura Spencer served as a Grand Marshal, and special guest appearances were also made by Mike the Mailman and the former feature twirler Matt Freeman. The following day, Kevin Bunce and Kenya Crawford were announced as the 2014 Homecoming King and Queen, and the Lion Ambassadors were announced as winners for the Spirit and overall homecoming competitions. We'll have more on the entire week of homecoming coming up.
California recently passed a law that could set a new precedent for sexual assault cases. We'll have more coming up after the break.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
The nation's first affirmative consent law was signed by California Governor Jerry Brown on Sunday. Known as the Yes Means Yes law, it implements a standard for consent for all education universities that receive state funding or any private institutions where students receive state grants. The law clarifies that when universities are handling rape and sexual assault accusations, affirmative consent is required and consent cannot be given if someone is asleep or incapacitated by drugs or alcohol. The bill was first approved last month with broad support.
A man severed the head of one of his former co-workers and attacked another after being fired from an Oklahoma City food processing plant on Thursday. 30-year-old Alton Nolan attacked the employees with a knife before being shot by Mark Vaughn, a top executive at Vaughn Foods plants in Moore. Nolan is currently still hospitalized in stable condition. Police have asked the FBI to help investigate after co-workers stated he had started trying to convert them to Islam. He will be charged with first-degree murder and assault and battery with a deadly weapon, and may also.
A shooting at a Miami nightclub early Sunday morning left 15 people hospitalized. Several of the victims, ranging from 11 to 25 years of age, were released that afternoon, while one person remains in critical but stable condition. CNN affiliate WPLG reported that a large party was being held at the time of the shooting and witnesses said they heard about 100 gunshots. No one has been arrested for the shooting, and no motive has been released as of today.
President Barack Obama addressed the United States' increased involvement with the militant group ISIS in a televised interview with CBS's 60 Minutes on Sunday. He admitted that the terrorist group was much more powerful than the U.S. initially believed and that the government had underestimated the growing jihadist involvement in Syria during its civil war. Just last week, the U.S.-led airstrikes in Syria began in coalition from 5 Arab nations, a campaign that Obama said probably will not conclude anytime soon. The White House said the campaign will avoid deploying any U.S. combat forces to Iraq or Syria and instead has sent military advisors to Iraq in order to strengthen local security forces.
Penn State's college Democrats are working hard to get their students into the voting booth. Reporter Taylor Donahue has more.
I'm here at the hub where the Penn State College Democrats are hosting a voter registration booth. They are working all week long with PSU votes to increase voter registration. Let's check it out. The Penn State College Democrats are a student-run organization that aims to encourage students to get involved in elections on a local, state, and national level. Their main goal is to get 5,000 students registered by the end of the week. Here's the Penn State College Democrats Vice President Gabby Richards telling about our organization's main goals for getting students involved.
Primarily what we do is, 1, we register our kids to vote. 2, we engage people in this public discourse on certain issues that are important to kids our age.
Richards also told us why she believes students should not only register, but also participate in the upcoming midterm elections.
What happens in Harrisburg directly affects us here in State College. And, I think that's our biggest selling point when it comes to getting kids to register to vote.
For PSN News, I'm Taylor Donahue.
Ashraf Ghani was inaugurated today as Afghanistan's new president, marking the first democratic transfer of power in the nation's modern history. The country's new government plans to sign a strategic agreement tomorrow with the United States that will allow approximately 10,000 U.S. troops to remain in the country. U.S. officials say the troops must remain in Afghanistan after the U.S.-led NATO coalition's mandate expires in December in order to continue training Afghanistan soldiers and police as well as conduct counterterrorism operations. The decision to sign the pact comes after a period of tension between the two countries due to outgoing Afghan President Hamid Karzai's refusal to sign the pact in his final months of office.
At least 52 people have been injured in Hong Kong so far after pro-democracy demonstrators clashed with police on the streets of the city's financial center. The protesters, led by students and the Occupy Central movement, currently remain in the district after a week of boycotts and demonstrations against China's political party in Hong Kong. Riot police used batons, pepper spray, tear gas, and rubber bullets against the protesters over the weekend, and as a result, protesters are now also calling for the resignation of the current chief executive, C.Y. Leung. The protests began when Beijing recently announced that only government-vetted candidates would be allowed to run in Hong Kong's 2017 elections for the chief executive, the city's top civil position.
5 more bodies were found today on Japan's Mount Ontake after the volcano erupted, bringing the total number of presumed dead to 36. The sudden eruption of Mount Ontake caught dozens of climbers, 12 of whom have already been covered. Confirmed dead 24 bodies still remain on the mountain, and the search for more of the missing has been suspended due to dangerous conditions, including the presence of hydrogen sulfide gas. An estimated 200 to 250 hikers were on the mountain at the time of the eruption, but most were able to make it down safely.
We'll be right back after this break with this week's weather forecast.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
Good evening, Penn State. This is student meteorologist Faith Eretz here with your campus weather service forecast for September 29th. We'll start out here by taking a look at your weather headlines for the week. Unfortunately, this beautiful stretch of warm, sunny days is over. As we will see, our chance of showers return to the area early this week, and we will see highs only making it into the low 60s later this week with a little bit of a cool down, making it feel much more like autumn. See what I'm talking about here if we look at our 7-day forecast. As I mentioned, those showers coming back into the area for tomorrow and Wednesday. Although there will be peaks of sun during the day, of course, make sure you check your radar app before you head out to class, since you would not like to get caught in one of those downpours. And the same goes for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That chance of rain will stick around, although the highest chance for midday downpours is definitely tomorrow and Wednesday. And I'm sure you've noticed these temperatures sticking around the low 70s until Friday. But on Friday night, that low will dip down to 52 and not heat back up during the day like we've been seeing recently. The temperature on Saturday will only get up to 63, and that trend will continue throughout that weekend and the foreseeable forecast after that. So autumn has definitely made its way to State College for good. And from the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm Faith Eretz. Have a great night.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Hello everyone, I'm Madeline Shutt with this week's Sports Wrap-Up. This past Saturday, the Nittany Lions fell to Northwestern in their homecoming game 29-6. Corey Ross Robertson has more from Beaver Stadium.
Hi, I'm Corey at Beaver Stadium, where the Penn State Nittany Lions are about to take on the Northwestern Wildcats.
It was a gorgeous fall day where thousands of alumni and students filled the stands for homecoming weekend. Northwestern came out strong and capitalized on their attacking opportunities as Penn State struggled to shut down their Northwestern offense. The Wildcats scored 2 quick touchdowns in the first quarter, when Penn State kicker Sam Ficken responded with 2 field goals, making the score 14-6 by the third quarter. Throughout the game, the Nittany Lion offense was making progress but couldn't make their way into the end zone. Northwestern kept up their momentum and scored 2 more touchdowns along with a field goal, but missed both opportunities for an extra point conversion. Here's what quarterback Christian Hackenberg had to say.
You know, we're going to come together. We're a tight-knit group. We always are together. So I think just gives us something to work at and work more towards.
Penn State lost 29-6. For PSSN, I'm Corey Ross Robertson.
The number 3 ranked Penn State women's volleyball team beat Wisconsin and Minnesota this past week. The Nittany Lions won 3-0 against number 5 ranked Wisconsin on Wednesday. Freshman Simone Lee had her 4th double-digit kill match of the season, with a team high of 12 kills. On Saturday, the team traveled to play the 17th ranked Minnesota and walked away with a 3-1 win. Senior Nia Grant had 14 kills, 1 ace, 2 digs, and a match high of 8 blocks. The team will play at Nebraska this Friday. The number 8 ranked Penn State women's soccer team dominated at home this past weekend, winning all 3 of their games. On Tuesday, they defeated Bucknell 7-0. Freshman Franny Kraus scored 5 of the 7 points for the Nittany Lions. On Friday, the team beat Northwestern 4-1 with 3 goals scored by sophomore Selena Williford. They wrapped up the weekend with a 2-1 win over Illinois. Franny Kraus and Selena Williford scored for Penn State. The team will play away at Minnesota on Friday. The 7th ranked Penn State men's soccer team went 2-0 this past week after beating the University of Pennsylvania and Michigan. The Nittany Lions defeated the Quakers 6-2 on Wednesday. 5 different Penn State players scored. Leading goal scorer Connor Maloney had 2 goals. The team wrapped up the weekend with a 1-0 win over Michigan. Connor Maloney scored his 7th goal of the season, but the real story of the game was goalie Andrew Wolverton. After saving 4 shots and tallying his 29th shutout, Wolverton officially has set the Penn State record for all-time shutouts. The Nittany Lions will play away at Bucknell on Wednesday. The 7th ranked Penn State field hockey team beat Big Ten foe Ohio State 4-3 this past Sunday. Senior Jenna Christmer scored 2 goals for the team, while senior Taylor Harold had a career-high 3 assists. Senior Laura Gebhardt scored on a rebound off the Ohio State goalkeeper, and sophomore Emily Arrett tipped the ball in on a penalty corner. The Nittany Lions will play at Drexel and Temple in Philadelphia this weekend. The Penn State women's ice hockey team won their first game of the year 5-2 over Western University on Friday night. Freshman Bella Sutton had 2 goals and an assist in her first game as a Nittany Lion. Laura Bowman, Hannah Hunshell, and Michaela Katzen-Reddy all scored for Penn State. Goalies Celine Willinger and Hannah Erasman had a combined 21 saves for the Nittany Lions. The team will take on Minnesota away this Friday. And that's all for this week's sports. I'm Madeline Schutt, and we'll be right back with this week's entertainment.
Hello everyone, I'm Laura Barbosa with This Week in Entertainment. Country artist Brantley Gilbert sold out the Bryce Jordan Center on Friday evening. Those in attendance told us there was never a dull moment during this high-energy performance. The concert's opening acts included Brian Davis, Chase Bryant, and Aaron Lewis. Gilbert played his own remix classics throughout the evening. Gilbert left the BJC with a thank you to all of his fans. Harry Potter star Emma Watson wowed the nation with her He for She campaign speech last week. The United Nations launched the He for She campaign to encourage involvement of over 100,000 men and boys globally in gender equality. As the global advisor for the UN agency, Watson says she is inspired to bring freedom and feminism to the world stage. She says she believes we should start defining ourselves by who we are. The Interparliamentary Union says there's still 100 countries with laws limiting women's freedom. Jay-Z rocked New York's Central Park on Saturday at the 3rd Annual Global Citizens Festival. The artist asked the 60,000-person crowd to support the Global Citizens Festival in an effort to end poverty by the year 2030. Other artists headlining included Carrie Underwood and No Doubt. There was also a surprise appearance from Jay-Z's wife, Beyoncé. The Prime Minister of India and the Secretary General were also in attendance at the festivals, showing their support for the anti-poverty campaign. Bill and Hillary Clinton welcomed their first grandchild in the Clinton family. Their daughter Chelsea Clinton took to Twitter to announce the birth of her daughter Charlotte Clinton on Saturday. The former president and his wife shared through Twitter excitement and photos of this heartwarming moment. It is believed that Hillary Clinton will make a second presidential run in 2016. And that is all for this week's entertainment. I'm Laura Barbosa, and PSN News will be right back.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
This past week was Penn State's 94th annual homecoming. Reporter Hunter Holbert has more.
Where students were able to honor the purpose and carry the pride of Penn State. On Wednesday, homecoming volunteers hosted a carnival on Old Main Lawn, which included inflatables, a mechanical bull, several performers, and even tours of the bell towers. The carnival drew quite a crowd as students were able to participate in all the various activities. We sat down with Assistant Dean of Multicultural Affairs in the College of Communications and members of the University Court, Joseph Self.
I love what I do and working with students, but to be crowned and to be a part of the homecoming court is simply, I think, almost a lifetime achievement award, really. I've been here at Penn State for 21 years, and to have those students that come in, it just made my day.
On Friday, students, alumni, and faculty got together for the ice cream social at the Hintz Family Alumni Center. The event featured the Alumni Blue Band and the Penn State cheerleaders. The largest collegiate parade kicked off Friday night, featuring Good Morning America co-host and homecoming Grand Marshal Lara Spencer and 2013 homecoming king and queen John Satira and Rhonda Bates. Here's what senior Marielena Dolores had to say about the student court experience.
Being on student court is really, it's an incredible opportunity. I'm really honored to have been nominated and selected to be a part of this group. It's really a very unique group of people who are all very accomplished, and so I'm just very honored. I'm really excited. It's been a great week so far, and I know it's just going to get better from here.
Various organizations, including many fraternities and sororities, had the chance to show off their creative floats, like the Triangle Fraternity's Frozen themed float. Homecoming culminated in the crowning of Kenya Crawford and Kevin Bunce as 2014 Homecoming King and Queen. For PSN News, I'm Hunter Holbert.
And that does it for us here tonight at PSN News, September 29th, 2014. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to check us out on Twitter at PSN News.
And make sure to watch us every Monday night live at 7 p.m. Have a good night, and thank you for watching.